Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I'm dyeing my hair. Thank you to the few people who commented in, was it yesterday's video? Or could have been the day before, I can't remember. Who said, my hair looked fabulous. Yeah, I'd spent 3 hours in the hairdresser just to get that special effect. Not. So I'm dyeing my barnet today. Now I hear there's been a lot of criticism of old Windsor again, hasn't there? You naughties. Because, as we all know, after crying like a fucking baby in court for his security to be returned, even though apparently his security was never actually removed, it's just that he doesn't live in the country anymore. So rather than have police officers round the clock 24 hours a day for, say, 286 days a year doing fuck all because he's in America, they thought, no, we'll use some that as and when he comes in. It's totally unreasonable, Ravek, you naughties. So anyway, then he pops off to the Ukraine and he's received criticism for going to a war-torn bomb zone. Now, you're all being very, very unfair to Harry. He's come back. His close source, who I'm assured is Lord Pisspot, speaks for him, has said that he receives better security in the Ukraine than he does in Great Britain. Now, I'm going to let you into some security secrets here. For fear of putting Prince Harry's life in any danger, I just feel the time has come to explain to you all the type of security that Harry receives in the Ukraine, as opposed to Great Britain, America, Australia, China, Russia, Palestine, anywhere else like that. Right, now, for a start, when he's in the Ukraine, he's surrounded by bodyguards, obviously. But I mean, how would he deflect a bomb? Well, this is where I'm going to let you into a secret, because his bodyguards, in the event of an air-to-surface missile strike from Putin, they would leap on top of Prince Harry, and these bodyguards are wearing bomb-proof vests, right? But this is only in the eventuality that their laser cuffs don't work to take the missile out before it lands. They have these, I bet you've never heard of any of this before, have you? It's top secret, right? I've kept my mouth shut about this for long enough. It's time the public knew about this. And I'll explain why only in Ukraine and war-torn zones and seriously dangerous countries this is possible. So they have these, do you remember Wonder Woman? You know, she could deflect bullets. It's kind of the opposite of that. There are these cuffs, they're hidden up the sleeves of the bodyguards, and think Spider-Man. They see the missile coming, they're kind of green, but you can only see them with special sunglasses on, and so there you go. There you go. All organised by Lord Pisspot, who is kind of Harry's unofficial spokesman at the moment, but he doesn't want to put his name to it, so he just says source. And then last case scenario, you know, if all else fails, let's say the batteries are gone on the lasers, and they're not too sure about the bomb-proof vests, if they're going to be enough, then they have, of course, your traditional teleporter. They can just beam Harry out of there at a moment's notice. Now, I can hear you all asking the obvious question. If Harry's got all of this in Ukraine, why sue the Home Office? Why not just use that? Well, there's a wrinkle. There's a fly in the ointment when it comes to visiting Great Britain, which, as we all know, is extremely dangerous. I'm frequently told by family members who live back in that war-torn zone how fearful they are for their lives. But what happened was, it's illegal. That's the thing, it's illegal. Well, it's not entirely illegal. The Prime Minister, for example, whoever that may be at any given time, and they've had this technology since 1949, it was discovered after the war, oddly enough from the Russians, but that's a long story and I won't bore you with that. So people like the Prime Minister, Taylor Swift, other really important people, members of the royal family, they all have the bodyguards with the bomb-proof vests and the laser beams and the teleporter, and actually quite a few more tricks besides. But because the Prince of Wales, Prince William, doesn't like his little brother very much. In secret, he and the King and the Prime Minister, they passed a really secret law, which they can do, which meant every VIP in Great Britain can have this technology except Prince Harry, because William doesn't like him very much. He thinks he's a bit of a, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to swear. My hands are tied, you know, to quote William directly, Harry's a bit of a cunt. So he just said, no, he's not getting any of that. It is illegal. If Harry is caught with any bomb-proof vest, teleportation, or laser beams, that's it. He's going to the Tower of London. So there you go. You see, you've all been getting this wrong, back to front and upside down. Meghan and Harry speak plain English, straightforward. Everything's clear as crystal. They would never lie. They would never try and hoodwink the public. Like having fans or stooges hang around or pretend little chases. They would never do any of those things. So he is, you can rest assured, when he's in Ukraine, he's got all these facilities. It's a shame he can't let the Ukrainian people have it, because that might have helped over the last few years. But President Zelensky's like, no, this is only for like top people, Harry. I mean, Lord Pisspot emailed me this morning to let me know. And I did say to him, I was actually already aware of all this technology. I mean, that's why they had secret hearings as well in the Court of Appeal the other day. There was much discussion about all of this, and they didn't want members of the public to hear how mean Prince William is to his little brother, and how, you know, even the lowliest of the low in the kingdom of Great Britain that are afforded better protection than Prince Harry. So it's only a short video because, oh God, my hair dye should have come off 5 minutes ago. I'll leave you with that thought. I look forward to your thoughts and opinions. And I mean, have you ever, I mean, I've known about this. I've known about this since the 1980s. They can't pull the wool over my eyes. Piers Morgan, he's full of shit because he's actually had the same protection. So, don't know what he's laughing about. Thank you all very much for listening, and may your God go with you.